So we are going to create a table. In our table, we will create TR. We're going to create 15 by 15 TR and TB. I'll just say style, background color, what? Width, 1 pixel, height, 1 pixel. So let's look at this first one and see how it's going to look like. We have a table. Inside this table, we have just one row. Inside this one row, we have just one column. That column has a background color of red, width of 10 pixel, height of 10 pixel. Let me just give it a border. Let's say 2. Then let's run it on the page and see it. So we have this. So we're going to make, let's see what we want to do. We want to make a ludo game. And see how it looks like. So let's pick a habit. We can use this as an example. We want to make this one. This particular game. So we want to create, look at it, a ludo game has 15 rows and 15 columns. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7, row 8, row 9, row 10, row 11, row 12, row 13, row 14, row 15. We have 15 columns. Column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we are going to create a TB, a TR of 15 rows, and each row we have 15 columns. So Excel, you must never bring that back here. You must never bring winning back here, right? Close it down. So sorry. So each row has little. Okay, it has 15 rows and 15 columns. So we looked at the 15 rows and 15 columns. So let's create that together. If you want to do this in Visual Studio Code, it's so easy. You just say CR times 15 CD times 15. So this will create TR of 15 TRs for you. And each of the TR we have 15 TDs. But since we are using Visual Studio for blind text, so we have to do it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. We have 15 rows already. 15 columns inside the first TR. So we want to create 14 more of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now we have 15 TRs and each of the TRs has 15 TDs. So let's run it on browser and see how it looks like. We have this. So next thing is we want to make this part of it. This part we want to make it. So this is covering 6 columns. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's covering 6 columns. So let's go to the very first TD and say cospan 6, so that it can cover 6 columns. So of course we need to delete 5 of these TDs, just like we explained in our last class. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have this. Next, we also needed to cover 6 rows. It has only covered 1 row. We need to cover 6 rows. So that is going to have, we've done like this. We wanted to cover 6 rows like this because it spans to 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we say row span 6. Then we need to remove 6 of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Delete. 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. Just let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 5, it remains 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think that's fine now. So we have this first part. Next, we want to do this part also. We are done with this. We've done a part of this. We've done this. So we want to do this. Next, we are going to leave 3 TDs. 1, 2, 3. Then go to the next one. So let's do that together. Go back to the code. Leave 3 TDs in the first row. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Then we come here and say row span 6. And row span 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
I have a
sir.
question, sir. Or an observation, anyway.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. When I was doing my own, sir,
Yes, sir.
what I did, which really helped me, which I think probably could also be of help to others, is this. I drew the table. I drew it on it because before I did that, it was very difficult for me to do. But when I discovered that when I drew the table on a sheet of paper, it really helped me. After drawing it, I labeled the cells, as in the columns and the rows. I labeled them, so that really helped me to know which rows and which columns to merge and which of them to leave. So I'm thinking that if it is possible for us to do, I don't know, since we are doing the correction, it means that probably we have some of us who were unable to get it. We want to be that if everybody got it, probably there would have been need for this correction. So I'm suggesting that if it is possible for us to do that, so that it will make it, how will I put it now? Probably those of us who were unable to get it, we find it easier by doing that. I don't know. It's just an observation anyway. I may be right, I may be wrong. Why I only did that because I'm only saying that because it really worked for me. It helped me to make the work very easy for me as soon as I did that.
Okay.
So I don't know if others can also buy that idea, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Let's use that. So we have row 1, column 1 to column 15 to signify the first row, and this is the 10th column in the first row. Why this is the 11th column in the first row? We have this. Then let's do the same thing for others. We have oh sorry. Sir, is this what you are saying, sir? Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Though it may not be necessary if others, because it's like it's taking time now. So it may not be necessary if others are getting it with the style you were using before. But I just keep that in probably to make it easier for others, because it was when I adopted that method, it became very easy for me.
Okay, sir. But I also noticed something. Everybody in the class at the moment got the assignments. Everybody in the class at the moment. But I'm thinking there may be some people that are not here and may have issues with the assignment. They're going to watch the recorded version.
Okay, okay. Then you can go ahead with the style you were using before then,
Yes, sir.
because this it will take more time. Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so we have this. Let's run it on the browser, and we have this. So we want to do this part. We want this first row and first column to span through 6 columns, so that's going to take over all of this from row 1 column 1 to row 1 column 6. So we are going to say co-span 6, so that it's going to span through this place. So we go to the first row and first column, that's row 1 column 1. So we go to, let's scroll up a bit. This row 1 column 1, then we say co-span 6. So we have this. Of course, we need to remove row 1 column 2, row 1 column 3, row 1 column 4, row 1 column 5, and row 1 column 6, since row 1 column 1 has taken the place of all of this. So let's remove these ones. Row 1 column 6 like this. So now we have this. So we have row 1 column 1 spanning through this to row 1 column 6. We can do the same thing for row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and row 6. So we can do the same thing for row 2. We can just say co-span 6. And we can now remove these ones to this point. Then we go to the next one, row 3. We say co-span 6 also. Then we remove these ones to this place. Then we go to the next one, row 4. Then we say co-span 6. Then we remove this place to row 4 column 6. We go to the next one, row 5. Then we come here and say co-span 6. Then finally we go to row 6 and we say co-span 6. Then we have this. So let's look at the result of this on the browser. So we have this. So we can now merge all of this together. These 6 rows, we can now merge them together as one row. So we can say that this first row, row 1 column 1, should span through 6 rows. With that, it will span through row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and row 6. So we can go to the very first one. Co-span 6. So we come here now, and it has taken the place of this. Then let's go to the third row. It has taken the place of this. Let's go to the fourth row. It has taken the place of this. Let's go to the fifth row. it has taken the place of this, and finally the sixth row. So it has taken the place of this. So now we have the row 1 column 1 spanning to these 6 columns and 6 rows. Next is we want to do this part. So we can go to, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we can now go to the 10th column. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we can now go to the 10th column and say that it should also span to 6 columns. Like this, we can go to the very first row and say row 1 column 10 and say cospan 6. Cospan 6. Since we have this, when we run it on the browser, we are going to have this result. So we can now remove row 1 column 11 to row 1 column 15. So let's delete all of this. So let's do the same thing for row 2 to row 6 also. Please, do you have any question?
No, sir. I'm with you. We are with you, sir. I'm with you. Let me speak for myself.
Alright, so others, please, are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. What am I? Okay. Sorry. So we go to the next one again and say cospan 6. Then now to the last row. Which is okay. This is the last one, row 6 column 6. We have the cospan 6 there. So with that now we should have this result. So we can now match all of this together also. And we can now say, go to the very first row and say cospan 6. So we can now delete all of this. That is this, 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 and this. So we have this result. So I think it's gradually becoming like a ludo game. Next, we need this. We have 6 here, 7, 8, 9, then we come here 10. So that we're going to have a result that looks like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, then we come to this place and start from this place. So let's go to the first row again. Okay. I want to check something. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7. We go to row 7. We are not, this is row 7 here. This is row 8, this is row 9, then we move to row 10. So let's go to row 10. Row 10, this is row 11, then this is row 10. Yes. So in row 10 now, we can say cospan 6. So we can delete this. Then go straight to the next one also. We say cospan 6. And we delete all of these, 6 of them. Then we go to the next one, say equal span 6. Then we delete all of this. Then we go to the next row, we say equal span 6 also. Then we delete all of this. Then we go to the next one, we say equal span 6. Then we delete all of this. And finally, say equal span 6. And we delete all of this. So we have this result also. Next, we can now merge these rows together, and we go to the very first row there, that is row 7 now. So when we get to row 7, we can now see the first column in row 7. Oh, sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, row 10. This is row 8, row 9, then this is row 10. So we say row span 6, row span 6. Then with this, we can delete all of this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Then finally delete this. So it remains this part. So that's going to be still row 10, but now we go to this column, that is row 10 column 10. We go to row 10 column 10 and we do the same thing there. Let's go straight to row 10 column 10. So this is row 10 column 10. We say equal span 6. And we delete all of this. Done. So 11 column 10. Do the same thing here. I'll delete this. Row 12 column 10. We say equal span 6. Then we delete all of this. Then go to the next one, row 13 column 10, say equal span 6, we delete this, then we come here and say equal span 6, we delete this, then we come here and say equal span 6, then delete this. So we have this. So we can merge all of these together. So we go straight to row 10 column 10 and we say row span 6. So we can delete this. We can delete this. So we are done with this. Means this center, this part. We go to row 7 column 7 and say row span 3. So let's go to row 7 column 7. This is row 1, this is row 9, this is row 7. So let's go to and say row span 3. Of course, we have to delete 2 of these. 1, 2. So that we have this. So we go to row 8 column 7 and remove and say equal span 3 also. Row 8 column 7. We'll come here and say row span 3 in order to remove, oh sorry, equal span 3, sorry, not span 3 in order to remove 2 columns, so that we have this also. Then we go to this place, row 9 column 7, and say span 3. So we can now match these three together by giving this row span 3. So it can span 3 rows. So we go to row 7 column 7. Row 7 column 7, then we say row span 3. So with this, to be able to span 3 rows, then we need to remove those things there. That is this and this, we need to remove this. That's row 8 column 7 and row 9 column 7. 8 column 7, then let's go set to 9 column 7. So we have this. I think we are getting closer. Next, we want to put images here, then put color here, and all of this. So well, next is, let's start with this blue side. Make all these ones blue. So if you want to make this blue, this is row 7 column 2, put blue there, change the background color there to blue. Row 7 column 2, this is 6, this is 7 column 2. So let's go straight to row 7 column 2 and change the background color to blue. Row 7 column 2 and change the background color to blue. I think that one is blue now. Next, we need to change row 8 column 2 to column 2, 3, 4, 5 to column 6. Row 8 column 2 to column 6. Let's change the background color to blue. Row 8 column 2 to column 6. This is column 2. Change the background color to blue. Change the background color to blue. Change it to blue. Change it to blue. And change this to blue. Okay, I think. Now we have this. Next, we want to do this part. Let's go straight to, this is row 1, row 1, row 2. In the second row, this is column 7, column 8, column 9. So we go to row 2, column 9 and change the background color. Okay, the background color is already red. Fine. It's already red. Oh, there's something we need to take note of. The background color of everything is white, aside these ones. So it means somehow we still have to change background colors of almost everything to white at the end of the day. Well, let's look at this. We don't need to touch this part since the background color of everything is red. So let's go to others. Change this to green, then change this to yellow. So let's look at this part. So change this one to green. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7, row 8. So let's go straight to row 8. Then we check the column. This is column 6, column 7, column 8, column 9, column 10. Column 10. So we go straight to row 8, then we go to column 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Column 10 to 14 of row 8. Let's go straight to row 8 and we change the color of column 10 to 14 to green. 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 So with that now, if you refresh our page, we should have, where is it? Okay. We should have this. We are gradually getting there. Next is this place. So this is row 6, row 7, row 8. We go to row 9. And we change the background color of column 14 to green. Row 9, column 14. So when we refresh, we have this. So let's come to this part. This is, we want to target this place. I think someone wants to join the class. So next is, we go to this is row 6, this is row 7, this is row 8, this is row 9, row 10, row 11, row 12, row 13, row 14. So we go to row 14 and the column now. This is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6, column 7. So row 14, column 7, change the background color to yellow. Row 14, column 7, that should be this. Row 14, column 7, change background color to yellow. And when we refresh, we should have this. The next is we want to put change all of this to yellow. So we check the row. 1, 2, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is row 10, row 11, row 12, row 13, row 14. So row 10, row 11, row 12, row 13, and row 14. That is 5 rows, 10 to 14. The column we are targeting in those rows are, this is 6, 7, 8. So column 8 of row 10, column 8 of row 11, column 8 of row 12, column 8 of row 13, and column 8 of row 14. So let's go straight to row 10. Row 10, row 10, row 10. Column 8, change the background color to yellow. Then go to row 11, column 8, change the background color to yellow. Go to row 12, change the background color to yellow. Go to row 13, change the background color to yellow. Then go to row 14, change the background color to yellow. So let's refresh and see if everything is fine now. So we have this. Next, we want to change the background color of everything to white except this part. So let's quickly do that. Row on the first row, on the first row, everything should be white. Let's go to the very first row and change it to white. Row 1. Every other thing should be white. So I think we are done with the first row now. We add this. So let's put this beside it. Then on the second row, we need to change the column 2. Second row, column 7 to white. Second row, column 7. Row 2, column 7, change it to white. I think we are done with the second row also. Next, on the third row, we change the column 7 and column 9 to white. On the third row, we change column 7 and column 9 to white. So next, on the fourth row, that is fourth row, column 7 and 9 also, same with the fifth row and the sixth row, column 7 and 9. So with the fifth row also, column 7 and 9, and the sixth row. So we have this. Sorry, a minute please. I need to drink water. So now on the sixth row, we need to change column 7 and 9 also to white. So I think we are done with this part. Remain this part. So let's go to the 7th row. 7th row, the only column we are not touching in the 7th row is this. Every other thing should be white, is column 2. But every other thing in the 7th row should be white. So let's go straight to row 7. Except the second column, everything should be white. So let's see what's going on. Okay, we're not done. Still have okay, so we're done now. We have to. So let's go to the next row. Row 8 column 1 and row 8 column 15 should be white. Just the column 1 and the column 15. Let's go and do that. Row 8 column 1 should be white and row 8 column 15 should be white. So next, row 9. Aside row 9 column 14, every other thing should be white. Row 9 column 14, every other thing should be white. Aside the column 14, every other thing should be white. So I think we are done with this row 9. So let's go straight to row 10. So row 10, we change row 10 column 7 and row 10 column 9. Same thing with 11, 12 and 13. So let's do that. Row 10 column 7 and row 10 column 9. 7, change it to white. 9, change it to white. Row 11 column 7 and row 11 column 9. Row 12 column 7 and row 12 column 9. Row 13 column 7 and row 13 column 9. Let's check the next one. So let's go straight to row 14. The only column we need to touch there is row 14 column 9. So let's go straight to row 14 column 9 and change it. Then to row 15, we will change row 15 column 7 to 9. Row 15 column 7 to 9, change that to white. So we have this. Then lastly, we need to put images here. Images. So let's put an image here. I'll just put the same image in all of them. I'll just go to my system and copy an image somewhere. So, how much can I put? Okay, I'll just put this down. So, I've copied the image. Next is I want to paste it. somewhere so that I'll be able to use it in my code. I've copied it so I can put it inside the images folder. Then I paste it here. So this is the image we want to use. I want to name it to something simple so that we can easily use it. I just say BG. So BG to stand for background, to just serve as background. I want to check the extension. Is .jpg, small letter jpg. So let's put this BG everywhere. First, I want to put it here. So it will be inside row 1 column 1. So let's go straight to row 1 column 1 and put an image here. img. Go to images. It's inside images folder. Say bg.jpg. So let's check how it looks like. Of course, we need to add arts. Then we say art. You can just say ludo background or background. Okay. So, oh, it's too big. So let's see this is the size of this image. So you can come here and say height. Let's first try 50 pixel by 50 pixel. When you get to CSS, you'll be able to do this small. You style it even better. But for now, is it? Oh, it's too small. Let's make it much bigger. Good. So we have this. But to center it, you can just use text align to center, and that should align it. Star. Okay, we already have star there. Just say text align. Center. That should help us center it. Okay, let's come to this place also and do the same thing. I don't think our text align is even working as expected. I think it's giving us the same result with or without the text align. I think it's giving us the same result. Now when we get to CSS, we're going to go deeper into styling and how to perfectly center something, an item. So let's come and do the same thing here. I'll just copy this. Then we go to this place. This is row 1 column 10. So let's go straight to row 1 column 10 and paste it inside. So refresh. We have the same thing. Come here, put row 10 column 1, put it there. Row 10 column 1. Row 10 column 1 should be somewhere here. This is row 9 and this is row 10. 10 column 1. Then this we put it here also. Row 10 column 10. So put it here. So we also want to put it in this middle. Of course, the size of this should be smaller than the rest. Row 7 column 7. Row 7 column 7. The size of that should be simpler, should be at least smaller than others. So we can reduce this to maybe 50 by 50 and see how it looks like. And, oh, it's too small. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's use 100 by 100. Okay. So I don't want to introduce something that we've not done in class. I just want us to stick to everything we've done in class. But I hope this is clear. When we get to, like I said, when we get to CSS, we see how to center these very well, perfectly, and make everything perfect. Any questions so far? Are we still together?
Yes, sir, we are together.
Okay. So we've successfully created a Ludo game. When we get to JavaScript, you'll be able to add, when we get to CSS, you'll be able to style this more, make it even prettier than this, make it beautiful. But then when we get to JavaScript, you'll be able to add functionalities to this Ludo. So that you'll be able to play with another player or maybe with computer or something like that. You're able to add functionalities to it. You can be able to play with another player. But with computer, well, that's beyond the scope of this course. That will require AI, artificial intelligence. Remember, whatever you play will affect or determine how the computer will play. It's not going to be cool if the computer just has a particular way of playing. That the computer will always lose because we just master it once and for all. But whatever you play will affect the way computer plays. So that will require the knowledge of AI, which is beyond the scope of this course. But then you'll be able to play with another player. Let's say you want it to be multiplayer, two players to play this, then you'll be able to do that together when we do JavaScript. So you'll be able to throw your dice, make it so, then bring out your player, and it's going to be interesting. But any questions so far on this? Programming is interesting.
No question, sir, from me.
Okay. Others, do you have
Ex-
questions?
Excuse me, sir. Mr. Tai,
Yes, sir.
well done, sir. Well done for the job done.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, I can see the touch of professionalism. Unlike mine, I was a learner. So, what I actually did was I just number all of them 1, 2, 3, and I get up to 225 instead of this row 7, column 7, all those stuff. I just give a number. So it make it easier for me. So this one is also very interesting too. I enjoy it. I say well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Officially now we've come to the end of HTML. Now let's talk about Git tonight. We are not going to write codes tonight. I just want to explain what Git is all about, so that in our next class you'll be able to write codes about Git and what it's about. Now this is how Git works. Git we call it version control system. What is the meaning of version control system? Let me give us an example. Imagine the situation. Let me create some comment. Okay, let's just use this page. Imagine I added this text here. I am a boy. I am a boy. Imagine this is my application and I want to launch it today. In fact, let me use my personal experience to explain how Git works so that you understand it very well. In 2019, June 30, 2019, we launched our software, Medilearning. And but then there's this, I don't know if I should call it evil spirits, I don't know. But then there's this way it works that whenever you want to present, or maybe whenever you want to launch a software, you might have been working on the software for months. A night to presentation, you will now have full of ideas. Like a night. Let's assume you want to present tomorrow. All these wise, these ideas will not even come. But a night to presentation, then these ideas will just start flowing in. Why not do it like this? Why not do this? Why not add this? Why not? Why not? And a lot of why nots. And that's when you start seeing that the design is not fine enough. That's when you start noticing some bugs. In fact, it's even like in the programming world, we joke about it and we believe that if you've not experienced that, probably you've not presented enough. It has happened to, at least as much as I know, it has happened to almost all developers that want to present a project. Maybe you want to launch, maybe you're a startup or a company, gave you a project to do for them, and after doing it, it's fine, and the night with the presentation, you just see ideas flowing in. But now, you may be tempted to work on it. I tell you, resist that temptation. Ignore those ideas. Why? Because in the course of doing these things, there is high chance, very high tendency of introducing bugs into your application. You introduce error. And that's because you won't have enough time to test it. Let's assume my application has let's say 10 pages and those pages are dependent on one another. If I have an idea to edit some codes in the first page, it might affect the code that will work on the 10th page, and I may not know because I may not be able to test all the pages and all part of my application. So, well, I was naive and I followed my mind and we worked on it with the team. All of us were together. We worked and worked overnight, everything, and boom, December 30, we were to present. We worked throughout 29. Then on 30 also, we had to work, and people were waiting for us to present. And we met with people, the audience. They were waiting. It was a big event. Now, at the point of presenting to them, I now said, if I was the one presenting to the audience, I told them, if you want to register on this platform, I opened the registration page and I said, just fill in your details. I didn't know that something was already wrong with my application. I didn't know. So all of us we were looking at it, and I said, if you want to register, just fill your first name, fill your last name, your email, enter your password, then click on this register button. So I clicked on the register button, but somehow nothing was happening. It wasn't submitting. It was just going. Like I was looking like a dummy in front of everybody. I was like, what's wrong? I looked at a member of my team who was at the corner. He looked at me, then we thought it was network. He quickly changed the network and I tried it again and the same problem. What happened was that we had introduced bug into our code unknowingly. In the course of introducing a lot of things, we introduced bugs. Now, how were we able to handle this? What we just did was that what we did that day was that we went online. We had another version of our software online. Sorry, please give me a minute. Let me prepare you. Please, a minute, please. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry.
With you, sir. Yeah, with you, sir.
So back to what I was saying. At the point of launching, I realized that it wasn't working as expected. So what did we do? We had another version online. That is, we saved the version online and we just went online and downloaded that version, and that was how we were able to rectify the whole issue. So this is what Git does for us. When you are building your application, you'll be saving it per version. Let's say version 1. Then you can add new codes and save it again as version 2. Add new codes and save it again as version 3. Let's now say you added some codes and save it as version 4. If that code refuses to work, you can always switch back to version 3 or to version 2 or to version 1. Do you understand how this works now? Because codes are not reliable. Like, it may work now, and it seems that these things happen overnight. Most of the time, I notice this happen overnight. That is, if you work overnight and maybe you are building something and it's going to work very well before you go to bed, you close your system, open it the next day, and you realize that what seemed to work last night, before you went to bed last night, before you closed down, before you shut down your system last night, suddenly stopped working this morning. And you are thinking of what to do. Maybe you have a presentation and you don't want to be disappointed. What do? Instantly, you can revert back to the previous version in order at least to save face. That's better than an application that's not working. Do we understand how this works now? That is what we call version control system. You can save your application as versions, version 1, version 2. So whenever you have any, you can always revert back to any version of your choice. That is how Git works. Any question? Now
No questions.
Okay, sir. Let's proceed. What we are saving is only be saved on your device. That means if anything happens to your device, then all the projects, everything you've saved, everything is gone. All you are saving is just saved on your device. So if anything is wrong with that device, that's all your codes are gone. So that's what we have. That's why we now have a place called GitHub. We also have other platforms, but GitHub is the most popular of them. This now allows you to save online. Git is different from GitHub. Git is a version control system that allows you to save your applications based on version, like you save it per version, as I discussed earlier. But this is only saved on your device. So, GitHub now is now an online platform where we can save our codes, where we can do what I just explained offline now, where you can save it online. Something like I can liken GitHub as Google Drive for developers. I hope you understand it. Then,
Sorry, sir. I didn't get the difference between Git and GitHub very well.
okay, all right. So let me come again. Git is a version control system that allows us to save our application based on different versions. You can save it version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, and all the likes. So if anything is wrong with your application at any point in time, you can revert back to the previous version. That is Git. Git allows us to do this. Do we get that part, sir?
And sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that Git, where is this saved? Is it on the system or on the online?
On your system. Git is just on the system.
Oh, okay.
So GitHub now is now an online platform that allows us to run Gits. So instead of saving it on your system now, it is now being saved online on another page. You know, when we say we save things on the cloud, let me quickly explain this. You know, there's this general belief, I want to save it on the cloud, I want to put it online. For instance, if you save your documents in Google Drive, you know, you have this mindset that I want to upload it or save it on cloud. But what on cloud actually means is another person's device. That is just the meaning of on cloud. When you save anything in your Google Drive, what you are just doing is you are saving it on Google's system, not on your system now. Google have a system that they ensure that we never shut down, always powered, in order to have your documents there. Do you understand how that works now? So what we are now doing with GitHub, remember with Git is on your system, but now you want to save it online, and when you are saving anything online, that just simply means you are saving it on another person's device somewhere else, but the person just needs to ensure that the device will never go down. So GitHub is an online platform that allows you to take your code from your system and save it online, so that if anything is wrong with your own device, you can always go online and download this project to any system of your choice, just like Google Drive. So I can liken GitHub as Google Drive for developers. Do we get the explanation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've got it.
Okay. Summary, Git allows you to do version control on your device. GitHub is an online platform that allows you to do the same thing online now. Now, GitHub is not the only an online platform that allows you to run Git commands or to do this Git version control stuffs. We also have other platforms like GitLab, Gitbuckets, but the most popular is GitHub, and that's why we'll be using GitHub. So, if anything,
Sorry, sir. Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between saving my application on Git and on my laptop storage device?
Okay, sir. When we are saving
As in the difference between saving on Git and saving on my laptop.
Okay, sir. When we save it on Git, it is still on your laptop. It is still on that laptop. The difference is that it is being saved per version. Imagine this. Imagine something like this. Imagine I added this line to my code, I am a boy, and I saved it as a file. Then after adding new code, let's say I am a girl, I can save it as another file again. Then after adding this, let's say this is a dog. After adding, and I decide to save it again as another file, meaning I now have 3 files on this device. One contains I am a boy, one contains I am a boy and I am a girl, while one contains I am a boy, I am a girl, and this is a dog. Do we understand that part? We have 3 files now. Again, let's assume I'm building an application. Initially, I typed I am a boy. I decided to save it. Then I added I am a girl. Then after adding this new line, I decided to save it again as another file. Then after adding it, this is a doc. Then I decide to save it again as another file,
Dot.
meaning I have three files. So let's assume after adding this is a doc, I realize that there is a bug in my code. My application is no longer working as expected. One thing that is common is to press
Yeah.
Ctrl Z, Abi, in order to revert back.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if you've closed the page, there is no way Ctrl Z will work. Or after some days, it won't work again. And in fact, if
Yes.
you've
Sure.
added a lot of codes, if you've added a lot of codes, it will get, if you keep pressing Ctrl Z, it will get to a point it will stop going back. It will no longer go back again. That's if you've typed a lot of codes. So what do you do under that circumstances? Remember, you have three files. One contains I am a boy, one contains I am a boy and I am a
I'm a
girl.
boy.
Then
Yes.
the third one contains I am a boy, I am a girl, and this is a dog. So what I can just do is I can just go back to the file that contains an I am a boy and I am a girl. The one that does not contain this
I'm a
is
girl.
a dog.
Okay.
I can just switch back to that
Okay.
file easily. So if
Okay.
eventually I wake up one morning, I want to go back to when I only had I am a boy. I will go back to that first file I saved. So instead of doing all
Okay.
these things manually, Git now helps us to handle all of this. You don't need to now create 100 files on your device.
Okay.
But it is still on
Okay.
that system. It's not going anywhere. It is still on your system. But instead of you saving
System.
it as
Okay.
different file names, create the first one, create the second file, create the third file, and after adding new stuffs, instead of you creating new file, Git will now handle that for
Fine. Yeah.
us. So,
Okay.
so that at any point in time, if you want to switch to any of the versions, any of the files, you can easily press a command and it will quickly switch back to that state itself. Like the folders, everything there will just switch back to that state itself. But it is still on our device. It's not as well. It is still on our device. But we are not the ones doing these things manually now. That is Git. But GitHub is now an online platform that we can save all these things on instead of saving it on our device, because if anything happens to our device, then that's all. So Git is an online platform. GitHub is an online platform where we can save these things. That's one advantage of GitHub. Another advantage of GitHub is that it allows collaboration. The same way we can collaborate in Google Drive or Microsoft Docs, Google Docs, or in Google Drive. You know, you can add collaborators. Maybe add. You can share it with someone. You know, Google Drive documents. You can share with someone, just like the person's email address, and the person will be able to add to your file. Same way, you can also collaborate using GitHub. So a lot of the softwares we use, were developed on a platform like GitHub. We call many of them open source. Open source means that it is available to everybody. Anybody can see the codes there. You can go there and contribute. Let's assume you are using, as time goes on, when you are done with CSS, you will do Bootstrap. Bootstrap is an open source, which means anybody can go there and contribute. You can say, oh, I want to add this to the codes, and you will add it there. After adding it, of course, there will be an administrator that will go through it so that you will not add bugs to other people's codes. Like, you know, anybody can add bugs. We need to be security conscious. So there's an admin that will check it and say, oh, okay, is this fine? Is everything fine? Then if it's fine, the admin can now merge them together so that other people can now use it. So do you understand how this works now? Hello, everybody.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. So GitHub is an online platform where we can upload our codes, and also it allows collaboration. Now at this stage, we keep doing Git. But at this stage, what we are going to do is, number one, we want to upload our codes on GitHub. We see how to save files on our device. After that, we will see how to upload codes on GitHub. With that now, it means employers can always go to your account and see the work you've done. One. Two, you can host your codes, the codes we've written, on GitHub also. We have Git pages, so you can upload your codes, whatever you've done. You can upload it there, so that it's like you are hosting it online.
So,
Yes, sir.
so what do you mean by that? This code? I don't understand the code.
This code, like
What do you mean by code?
these are codes. This div, span, paragraph, all these things, they are codes.
Okay,
So
okay.
we can upload our codes, these codes. I mean, this the codes we've written. We can upload them on GitHub. After uploading it on GitHub now, we can now send out the link to someone to see what we've done. For instance, this Ludo that we have here, there's no way another person can see it except if I send the file to someone. But with GitHub pages now, we can host it online and just send the link to someone. So all the person needs to do is to click on that link and see the codes. Do we get it?
Yes, sir.
So that's part of those things we'll be doing in this stage. So what we want to do is we see how to save our codes per version based on different version, upload it on Git, and finally we'll use Git pages. In the next stage, we are going to look at how to collaborate with other developers on Git. And in third stage, we still progress more on Git. Git is very interesting, and I tell you, there is no field in programming. I mean, no field whatsoever. Web, mobile app development, AI. Talk about the data center. You would never need that. You won't need kits. You always need kits. That's because applications are not built. Most applications are not built by a single person. Usually, it usually involves a team. Then aside that, uh, it's you also need to save your codes online so that you won't, in case anything can happen tomorrow. You see, systems can be funny. You just wake up one day and you realize that your system is no longer working and you need to flash it. And it can be funny, and okay, let me tell you this short story before we go. Uh, I asked a student at a point that was maybe 2 or 3 years ago to build this, this Ludo. I asked him to make it work, like to play it so that I'll be able to play this Ludo as a game. So the guy started it and we started working and working and working. So around this was around December break. He told me he was going for holiday. Okay, alright, no problem. We can go for holiday. Then we saw maybe January, yes, following year. We saw and I asked him how far with the code, and he said, what is Sunil? What's wrong? His system crashed. So what happened? I've lost all the codes. So what will happen now? I don't know. I don't have energy to do it again. Okay. But it was when I came to meet them, I told me he wanted to build it. I said, okay, no problem. Go ahead. So make it play so that two players can play, and we started doing it. But then when the system crashed, he lost the energy to do it again. It can happen. It can imagine it's a company's project and you want to deliver tomorrow and you tell them your system crashed. Nobody will take that as an excuse. Nobody is praying for calamities to happen or for things like this to happen. But these are things that happen a lot. A lot. System will not notify you that they want to crash. They will just happen overnight. And please save your codes online. That's why I introduced Git in the first stage. So that you start saving your codes online in case anything happens to your system. That's one. Two, so that you also have portfolio. Start building your portfolio for employers as soon as possible. It helps. Employers will go to your Git profile to see what you've done and your ability before calling you for job. Before even calling you for interview. After they've seen your portfolio and they see what you've done, okay, this and that, then they can now proceed to call you for job interview if they are satisfied with what they see there. So I want us to start building our portfolio as soon as possible. And that's why we are introducing this at the very first stage. Normally, what you should be doing now should be CSS, but I just want us to start uploading our codes online and do that. So in our next class, we are going to now write Git commands. And unlike HTML, whereby you are writing this, Git are more of commands, and you're going to see how interesting it is. They are more of commands, not like this. Like this, they are more of You still have to write Git commands. There are commands like sleep, work, something like this. So you just command your code, upload, it's going to upload, download, it's going to download, something like that. So you find it interesting. But of course, just the same way you need to cram all this p tag and the like, you need to cram some of these commands. But the more you use them, the more they become part of you. And since it's something you will keep using, like you won't stop using them, you will keep using them. Even if you leave web tomorrow and go to another part, once you are still in programming field, you will still keep using these things. So you are not going to forget you. There are things that will end up becoming part of you. Any question before we go today?
Okay, sir. Now that we have out of the benefit of these gifts, but does it have any disadvantage in the sense that losing of a property right, maybe a project, an idea that you have spent time and energy and money, all of Sunday somebody hijack it somewhere? Does it have does that kind of experience occur?
Yes, sir, it happens. Let me explain. Uh, when uploading projects on Git, we have two spaces. You can either upload it as a public project or as a private project. If you upload it as a public project, everybody has access to it. But if it's a private project, only you and the collaborators you have we have access to it. Only you and your own collaborators. You'll be the one to add, just the same way you can share your Google Drive documents with specific email address. Same way, you can specifically add collaborators. Let me use an example. My software, we built my startup software on Git. All my collaborators, we are not even together. I can't remember the last time I set my eyes on any member of my team. It's been long. Like I don't think we've even seen this year. We've not even seen this, and this September. But it's inside a private repository. That is, nobody online can see it except they have access to the collaborators' accounts. So, but then there is a limit to the number of projects that can be private. I think the maximum is three, if I'm right. Maximum of three. After you have three private repo or three private projects, you can't make it more except if you use the premium version. But if you're using the free version, then only three can maximum of three. So if you want to add another one, you need to remove one of the existing private repos. Yes. Do you understand this?
Yes, yes, sir.
So people used to do some things. If they don't want people to be able to steal their project, they will give it weird names like Ajale Koko, Aremulagi. So that let's assume you build calculator and you don't want people to steal your calculator. If you name it calculator, then anybody can go to GitHub and search for calculator and they will see your project as part of the results. So if you don't want it, well, I would rather advise that use a private repo instead anyway. But I'm just trying to tell you some of those things people do. People just use very some unexpected names so that you will be able to search for their projects. But then, if you know their handle, their username on Git, you will still see those public projects. You will still see them. If you know their Git Git accounts, their username, you can easily go to Git and search for others. So even if they use any name, once you know their name, then one of their projects is hidden except those private repository. So that's the downside of it. But we have three projects that can that can be private. You accept it, but you can also use the premium version and pay it. And I believe I've never used the premium version anyway. I believe it will be worth it. I just thought that should be worth it. Any other question? Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming today. We meet on Thursday. Meet on Thursday. Alright. Have a lovely night's rest.
Thank you, sir.
So I will send the video to the group now.